Hi guys, we are back with yet another interesting conversation with Mr. Anand Vardarajan, Chief Business Officer at Tata Asset Management. Hi sir, how are you?
Good to be back in office after a lot of business travel. How have you been?
I am also back from my solo trip in the Himalayas. I think everyone is traveling, it seems.
Looks like half of India is traveling, looks like. Travel actually is moving very, very fast. I think when you see whichever way, we've seen either business travel, leisure travel, pilgrimage travel, or medical travel. I think all types of travel seems to be booming. Think about hotel occupancies, I think now touching almost 70%. Look at airports, for instance. I think we've doubled capacity from what was 74 airports in 2014 to about 148 at last count, very recently. You look at roads, infrastructure, whichever way you look at. I think take your memory. I'll jog your memory back to maybe you would have been a kid, doesn't matter, but I'm just saying that 15, 20 years back, it would have been two large blocks, which is work, or school, and one big block of Garmiyon ki Chutti, and then again, another small block of Sardiyon ki Chutti. And those were the only two holidays. And now when you think about it, there are so many types of travels, like I layered. And you also have, weekend getaways, staycations, vacations, people really kind of taking those short breaks. And what was a very, very otherwise cyclical kind of a business has become a year-round phenomenon.
I think travel is also an essential per se. I mean, people really put it as a priority whenever they are planning things or finances.
Absolutely.
So, like, is there a way investments get affected because of the travel boom? I mean, how do you see that happening?
So I'll come to that in a bit, but let me take you back to California. There was something called a gold rush, where I think they hit upon uh, gold in California, and everyone started digging up the whole place in search of gold. And lo and behold, whether they found gold or not doesn't matter, but it was, if you had invested in the picks and shovel companies, you would have made more money because that was in demand. Travel tourism is a bit like that. There is no one thing called tourism that you invest. What you essentially do is try and invest in the entire value chain, which is to do with, let's think about breaking it up into right from booking, travel booking, which is planning your travel, then the airline company, the airports, the luggage companies, then it could be
Hotels?
the hotels. Yeah, correct. And then the list goes on.
Even
the QSR
restaurants, it is.
restaurants and so on. So think about it. I think it's the entire value chain. That's really the picks and shovel companies in a tourism kind of a industry. And you have the entire wide gamut to invest into any of these or all of these. I think it's quite fascinating. And if you think about it, the last couple of years, the kind of increase we've seen in terms of infrastructure, roads are very well developed, connectivity is very good, you are able to travel safely, quickly, swiftly to different destinations thanks to some of these national highways, which is also increasing a lot of domestic travel. And people are able to take those shorter breaks, which was up until now uh, quite limited till some time back. Look at the airports today. I mean, they look like bus terminuses with so much of crowd. And the fact that the aspiration of the average Indian has gone up so much that everyone wants to travel, everyone wants to experience new places, and that is a very, very big trend which we are seeing. So much so that if you were to look at the contribution of tourism to the services sector in India GDP, that has gone up significantly in the last couple of years, which is something which is quite telling.
Yeah, and I think people outside India are also coming to India to travel. I think that is also
Absolutely.
positively
Absolutely.
impacting. If at all there was an easy way to invest in the tourism companies without like having the hassle of picking and choosing.
So there is, your wish is granted. There is something called the Tata Nifty Tourism Index Fund. That's India's first tourism index fund which has come. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and invest.
India's first tourism index fund. That's interesting. It's definitely on my investment bucket list. So, guys, it should be part of your investment bucket list as well, apart from the beaches and mountains, because it is India's first tourism index fund.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.